Welcome to RWG Publishing and welcome back to the Deep Dive.
Great to be here.
We're really glad you could join us. This is where we, take the key ideas from sources you care about and boil them down into something digestible, something insightful.
Cutting right to the heart of it.
Exactly. And today, we've got a fascinating journey ahead. We're diving deep into Back to Start, Love Changes the Heart by Sunshine Rodgers.
A really compelling title.
It is. And we're also taking a peek at some excerpts from Once Upon a Time in a Dental Office.
Right. Another one of hers.
Yeah. So our mission today, we're going to unpack some really powerful themes: workplace culture, personal transformation, and honestly, the surprising ways that just connecting with people, real human connection, can completely change how we think about success.
It's amazing how those themes pop up in such different settings in her work.
Isn't it? You brought us these rich stories, and we're here to, guide you through the bits that really hit home. So get ready to meet Erin Melrose. She's this corporate executive, very buttoned up, meticulous world.
Everything in its place.
And it all gets delightfully turned upside down. And then there's Kay Vitti, a poet kind of stuck in a dental office. Both of them are really grappling with, what does it actually mean to find joy and purpose in your job?
That search for meaning, yeah.
And this is where it gets really interesting.
I think what grabs me right away about both stories, even though one's corporate, one's a dental office, is that shared feeling underneath it all. That quiet search for just being real, finding where you belong when you're stuck inside the workplace walls.
Oh, absolutely. That really resonates. Let's start with Erin Melrose from Back to Start, because her initial world, wow, it really sets the scene.
It definitely does.
So we first meet Erin. She's this super sharp, ambitious accountant at Garrison Board Games, Inc. Think polished pedigrees, super strict professionalism, everyone fighting for the next run on the ladder.
Very competitive.
Very. And her whole vibe is just frustration. You feel it. She's drowning in emails, fixing tiny errors like a misplaced decimal 936.00 instead of 9360.00,
Oh, yeah, the details matter to her.
A lot.
Totally.
Yeah.
Long hours. And she's really critical of her colleagues. Her rival, Brian Gunway, this woman with Gold Star vegan snacks. She's silently judging everyone.
Right. There's this feeling of sameness she describes. Everyone tucked in and dry cleaned only.
Exactly. It's that corporate uniform, almost.
And Erin really fits that mold initially, doesn't she? She's the classic corporate climber focused on external validation, this rigid idea of perfection.
Yeah.
And it's interesting, right? She judges coworkers for tiny things she sees as unprofessional, but she's operating in a system that maybe overlooks bigger issues. It's a key contradiction for understanding her journey, I think.
Absolutely. And then her boss, Casey Benedict, lays it out plain. Erin gets a mission, find big budget cuts, earn that VP promotion.
That carrot on the stick?
Totally. And the specific target, to sunset, basically. Get rid of the quality control department, the QC team.
That's hard. So Erin heads over to check out the QC office at this place called Orange Bell Business Park. And her first look, she calls it a nightmare.
And the description backs that up.
Yeah. It sounds awful. Rundown graffiti, empty shops, overflowing dumpster, this weird flickering go now neon sign.
No security, gravel parking.
A chair cemetery. And an abandoned cafe. It's a corporate, completely forgot this place existed.
It really paints a picture. You got to wonder how anyone gets anything done there.
Right.
And Erin's first thought is just, this is so unprofessional. But, that setting, as bad as it sounds, it ends up being where her big change happens. It really shows how misleading looks can be when it comes to, actual value.
Definitely. So amidst this nightmare, she meets the QC team. There's Doug Harley. He's the senior guy, kind of the unofficial leader.
Okay.
Michael Simmons, a freelancer, wants to do graphic design. Crisbenia Pimentel, also freelance, just out of college, aiming for marketing. And Samantha Aiden, part-timer, wants to be a novelist. And they call her Sunshine.
Sunshine. It's got to be significant.
Totally. So what is it about this team, besides the terrible office, that immediately clashes with Erin's whole corporate thing?
Well, it's everything. Their whole culture. What Erin sees as just unprofessional. The nicknames, the laughing, music, potlucks.
Doug's chipper welcome.
Yeah, the daily affirmations, that family photos at work collage.
Yeah.
These things are actually signs of a really healthy, supportive team. Psychological safety.
Right.
It's exactly what's missing from her super polished, dry cleaned corporate world. Her first thought is literally, these people are just not professional on any level. It just shows how blind she is initially to what real teamwork looks like.
And it's that very unprofessionalism that starts to kind of get under her skin in a good way. She digs into their work, probably expecting it to be sloppy, right? Given the
You
office.
assume so?
But nope. Big shock. Their quality assurance forms these detailed research reports, like one for a game character called Bobby the Sea Monster. She realizes they're amazing. I mean, top level.
Whoa.
Yeah. Way better, way more detailed than the stuff her own corporate team churns out.
Now that's a turning point. It shows that, despite the terrible office, this team has incredible synergy. They work together so well.
How so?
Well, the book mentions their process, right? Crispinia and Doug handle concepts. Mike does the details and editing, and Sunshine types like crazy, 90 words per minute.
Wow.
And they communicate constantly. We all agreed to stay on the same schedule. If one of us needs to be out, we cover each other. It just completely flips Erin's idea that professionalism means fancy offices and suits. Real quality comes from collaboration, from actually caring about the work and each other.
And it's not just the work quality changing her mind. Her life outside work starts poking holes in her rigid views, too. We meet Travis Rodgers, her neighbor. He's a travel writer.
A different world again.
Totally different. He's warm, natural, zero corporate polish. He asks her to dinner, drives this old car with a weird license plate. Kayfabe.
Kayfabe. Like from wrestling. Pretend reality.
Exactly. Maybe a little nod to the reality Erin's living in. Anyway, just simple things like sharing a pizza with him. They start to gently chip away at her corporate armor.
Travis is like the anti-corporate guy, isn't he?
Yeah.
Living life based on curiosity, connection, not just climbing the ladder. He shows her there's another way.
Yeah.
And at the same time, back at the QC office, the team's getting nervous about why Erin's really there, especially Samantha, Sunshine. She pleads with Erin, if you break up this group, you will break my heart. That's powerful stuff.
It really is. Hits you right there.
And Michael, he's observant. He sees these moments where Erin seems insecure, and he wonders, will the real Erin Melrose please stand up? These interactions directly challenge that corporate mask she wears.
And then comes this moment. She actually plays a board game with them. 1, 2, 3, checkpoint.
Right?
And she wins.
Against the odds, maybe. Or against her own expectations.
Totally. And she has this realization, she invested in this ridiculous experience, allowed herself to be completely in the moment, and ended up the winner. It's not just about winning the game, is it? It sparks something. This desire for a more spontaneous, carefree life. That's a big shift for her, right? What do you think that win unlocks?
Oh, it's huge. For someone so focused on control, metrics, planned success, winning something fun, spontaneous, that's pure joy. Something her structured life probably doesn't offer much.
Right.
It's like a real taste of being present and getting rewarded for that. Not for climbing the ladder, but just for being there, connecting. It opens her eyes to a different kind of fulfillment, one that's not about that corporate sameness, but about genuine connection, real engagement.
It really sounds like a profound moment. And hey, if you're finding this deep dive as fascinating as Erin's starting to find her own life changing,
You probably are.
then you'll definitely want to read the whole story. Grab Back to Start, Love Changes the Heart. Just head over to Amazon, search for Sunshine Rodgers, and you can dive right in. We've put the link in the show notes for you.
Definitely worth the read.
So Erin's changing inside, and because of that, she starts seeing her old corporate life, especially her boss Casey, through new eyes. And it's not pretty.
Casey sounds like a piece of work.
Yeah, her discomfort with Casey's whole attitude, critical, materialistic, just negative, it really grows. Especially after they have drinks and Casey sneers, "What an atrocious outfit," about someone else.
Ouch.
And Erin has this awful realization. Casey is basically where her own criticisms, judgments, pompous attitude come from. Or at least Casey reflects it back at her. It's like, for Casey, nothing is ever good enough.
And that must feel suffocating compared to the QC team.
Exactly. It's such a stark contrast to how the QC team operates, where they might complain, but it's in good fun, mixed with honest confessions, mixed with compassion. Totally different vibe.
Casey really becomes this uncomfortable mirror for Erin, doesn't she? It's not just judging Casey. It's that light bulb moment where Erin sees who she's becoming. She even feels insecure about her own blouse having a stain when she's with Casey.
Wow, yeah.
And that's something universal, I think. We often see bits of ourselves, maybe the bits we don't like, in the people we criticize most. It forces that question. Is this who I want to be? A really crucial moment of self-reflection when you're chasing any goal, really.
Makes sense. And the more she sees that contrast, the more she leans into the QC team. Remember, Casey warned her not to name the chickens, not to get attached.
Yeah, classic corporate detachment advice.
Well, Erin totally ignores it. She learns their nicknames Sunshine Mike. She makes sure she's saying Crisabinia's name right. She thinks, I know them. I am one of them. She even calls them her work family.
That's a huge shift from the dry cleaned only world.
Huge. And you see it on the outside, too. She starts wearing jeans, sweatshirts, graphic tees to work. It's like she's reclaiming that fun Erin from college.
That change in clothes, it's not just casual Friday, is it? It's symbolic. She's shedding that corporate skin.
Totally.
It's like her insides are finally matching her outsides. She's choosing authenticity over appearance, and her idea of what's broken flips completely. It's not the rundown QC office anymore.
Right.
It's the dehumanizing corporate culture itself. And that leads to that amazing scene, the corporate meeting meltdown.
Oh, yeah. Tell us about that.
She just lets loose. She challenges the whole culture, not knowing people's names. I don't know her name.
Yeah.
The constant cursing, the lack of real team building. She even tells Jake, the barista who plays jazz, to play your jazz music as loud as you want.
Love that. Go, Jake.
It's her saying, this is the broken system. This needs a complete renovation, not the QC office. Corporate is what needs fixing.
And she doesn't just complain, she acts. She actively tries to help her work family, right?
She does. She uses her position. She takes this impromptu tour of Pro Gluto Deluxe, the company's food partner.
And what's that like?
It's the opposite of Garrison HQ. It's vibrant, diverse, fun. They have ping pong, foosball, board game competitions. It shows her what a positive workplace can look like.
Okay.
And seeing that, she leverages her influence. She finds real opportunities for the QC team members within the broader company structure, matching their skills and aspirations.
So what happens to them?
It's amazing. Crisbinia gets moved to communications manager, perfect for her marketing goals, getting her in front of the camera. Michael lands a graphic designer role in marketing. Doug gets the management position he deserves.
That's fantastic. What about Samantha, Sunshine?
This is the best part, I think. Samantha gets $10,000 in seed money to chase her dream of becoming an author.
Wow. $10,000. That's incredible.
It really is. It shows how far Erin has come. She's using her power not for herself, but to lift others up.
So the final confrontation. The board of directors meeting, she's supposed to get the VP job.
Right, the job she was initially gunning for. But in that final meeting, she turns it down. Flat out rejects the VP position.
No way.
Yes. Instead, she advocates for raising morale, for fixing the culture within Garrison board games. She finally understands, truly understands, that the numbers aren't everything. Her whole definition of success has been rewritten. It's about people, connection, purpose, not just promotions.
What a journey for Erin. Just incredible. And it's so interesting to see how these themes, this search for authenticity, pop up again in that other story you mentioned.
Right, the excerpts from Once Upon a Time in a dental office.
Yeah. Let's shift focus for a moment to Kay Vitti, because she's also navigating a tough workplace, but in a totally different environment.
Exactly. Kay's a receptionist, and like Erin, she's dealing with challenges. She's got her own version of difficult colleagues, the evil stepsisters, Veronica and Marissa.
Love that.
She's drowning in phone calls, feeling totally disconnected from her real passion, which is poetry. She's inspired by this fictional poet, Ekatampa.
So another person feeling stuck, looking for an escape.
Definitely. But her way of coping is different from Erin's initial approach. Kay goes inward. She finds her escape, her comfort, by writing poems in her notebook, by creating these little fantasies about her crush, Dr. Hatchet.
So more internal resistance, whereas Erin started stoic and then had that big external transformation.
Exactly. It shows there isn't just one way to deal, right? Both are searching for meaning, for a way to be themselves, but their paths look different. It highlights how personal that journey to authenticity really is.
And speaking of connections, Travis Rodgers pops up again.
He does, Erin's neighbor, the travel writer. He shows up briefly in Kay's story, too.
As who?
As a delivery man. And he just asks Kay simply, how are they treating you?
Wow, just that simple question.
Yeah. But it does so much. It reinforces his character, that empathy he has. And for us reading both, it weaves this lovely little thread, doesn't it? This reminder of kindness showing up unexpectedly, connecting these stories.
It really does. It adds another layer.
And the layers just keep coming. Because what's really fascinating is how these fictional stories connect back to the author herself, Sunshine Rodgers.
Oh, how so?
Well, you look at the acknowledgments in Back to Start, and she reveals that the QC team members, Doug, Mike, Crisbania, they're based on real people. real-life characters
Hmm.
who inspired her.
Get out. Really?
Really. And Samantha's nickname in the story, Sunshine, that's a direct link to the author's name, Sunshine Rodgers.
Okay, that's amazing. It makes it feel so much more real.
It absolutely does. And Travis Rodgers, Erin's love interest and the kind delivery guy, that's the author's actual husband and muse. He apparently shows up in her other books, too.
Wow. So the stories are deeply personal.
Incredibly personal. It adds this amazing layer of authenticity. It means that core message, love changes the heart. It's not just a nice fictional idea. It's rooted in her real life, her real experiences, her relationships. It shows her talent for finding that profound meaning, that joy in everyday connections.
That adds so much depth. Knowing the inspiration comes from real life and real people,
Huh?
it makes the transformation feel even more possible.
Definitely. It grounds the whole thing.
So let's try and pull this all together. As we wrap up this deep dive, what are the big takeaways here?
Well, I think both Erin's big transformation and Kay's quieter struggle, both inspired by the author's own life, they really hammer home some powerful ideas.
Like finding your authentic self.
Exactly. And choosing real human connection over just climbing the corporate ladder, whatever that ladder looks like in your world,
Yeah.
and ultimately figuring out what success really means for you on your own terms.
It's a great reminder, isn't it, that even if your job feels mundane or maybe even really challenging, like Aaron's QC office,
Or Kay's dental office.
yeah, you can still find purpose. You can find joy. You might even find a work family that genuinely changes your heart, like Aaron did.
Which leads to a really interesting question for you listening right now. Thinking about your own life. Are you feeling like you're back to start? Are you letting love and connection change your heart? Maybe redefine your path?
Or maybe are you feeling a bit stuck? Caught in that hourglass of time, like the book title implies, kind of waiting for your true self to step forward.
It's something worth reflecting on for sure.
Definitely. And if Aaron's journey or Kay's quiet creativity really struck a chord with you, you absolutely should get your hands on Back to Start. Love Changes the Heart by Sunshine Rodgers. It's available on Amazon.
Easy to find.
Yep. And one more thing. Remember that hashtag family photos at work challenge mentioned in the book?
Oh yeah, the collage idea.
Well, the author, Sunshine Rodgers, she actually invites you to share your own special office memories, your own work families maybe. Tag her on social media using that hashtag family photos at work.
That's a lovely idea, connecting the readers.
It really is. We've put the Amazon link and the links to her social media right there in our show notes for you. Easy peasy. Thank you so much for joining us on the deep dive.
Always a pleasure.